Hey, my friends, thank you for joining me today. You know, any leader that is worth their salt as a leader has gone through pain. What kind of pain? Am I talking about shoulder pain or leg pain? Although, that could, so depending on your role, could be possible as well. But really what I'm talking about is emotional pain. I'm talking about anguish of the heart. What does that mean? Well, I'm sure that at some point we've all experienced things like betrayal, rejection, being misunderstood, not being perceived correctly, not being taken at our word. Perhaps we've had a mutiny. Perhaps we've had somebody start up a union or class action or sue us or something. But at some point, every leader, whether it's through their development or once they arrive at their position, every leader will experience some sort of emotional pain. Sometimes it can be incredibly traumatic, depending on what it is and who it is that maybe has hurt us. Maybe someone very, very close to us that we trusted. They could have done something very untoward towards us, and so then we experienced that pain. Now, it's not that you're not going to experience it. You will go through it. The question is this: what are you going to do about that? Many leaders, unfortunately, they just repeat the past. They say, well, it was done to me. I'm going to do it to you. This is the way I was led. This is the way I'm going to lead you. I paid my dues. Therefore, you're going to have to pay your dues. And I would submit to you that even though that's probably our initial instinct and part of human nature, as impactful leaders, I wouldn't take that path. I really want to encourage you to take the path that is less traveled. I actually want you to learn from the mistakes of others. I want you to be able to draw from your pain, and rather than being a painful leader that applies that kind of style to other people, that you would actually learn about the things that you didn't appreciate, that hurt you, and now instead of repeating them, you're actually going to do the opposite. That's right. You're going to allow others to benefit from some of the poor behavior that you experienced. By the way, that takes high emotional intelligence, and you have to really kind of see the pot at the end of, the gold at the end of the pot of gold, if you will, at the end of the rainbow. You really need to see the benefit of it. Otherwise, you're like, why am I going to do that? Why would I do to others and treat others better than what I was treated? Some of you may be watching saying, I have the scars. I have the emotional bleeding of the way that others treated me. But I want you to understand. I want you to understand that if you will actually use your pain, can I say this? No pain, no gain, right? That comes out of, I believe, out of the gym world. When you go to the gym and you're working out, that's what they say. If you have no pain, then you have no gain. I want to say that for leadership as well. If there's no emotional pain, there will be no gain. As a matter of fact, if you will launch from your pain, rather than allow it to destroy you, hold you back, if you will launch from it and turn it into good and turn it into positive behavior, you are going to see some of the best results you've ever seen. Think about the music industry. Do you know how many incredible songs have been written? How much money has been made because people wrote a song out of their pain. In other words, they channeled that negative experience and something incredibly wonderful and amazing came out of it. That can be your leadership. So let me give you some thoughts. How do I launch from this, Dr. Tony? What do I do? What is the benefit? Number one, if you will look at your pain in an honest way, you will have greater empathy and compassion for people. That when they are going through it, rather than saying, oh yeah, I've been there, suffer. No, to understand, I know what you're going through. I've been there. You have the ability now to coach people through it because you relate on a personal level. Do you know how powerful that is? To relate to people on a personal level, to say, I've been where you are and you can get through this. I got through this. That's leadership, right? And I'm going to help you and I'm going to coach you. Do you know how incredibly rewarding that is? Rather than just watching people wallow in their agony and in their anguish and maybe get some brief satisfaction that, well, good for you. I went through it. You're going to go through it too. Come on, that's incredibly immature. The second thing I want to say is that you would create a safe environment. So now people know that they can make mistakes. They can take risks. You're creating a safety net for them. What you're saying is you can be creative, you can make decisions, you can have empowerment, and even if you fall, we're not going to cut you off, we're not going to destroy you, we're not going to throw you to the wolves, as it were. No. This is a safe environment where you can grow and flourish, and we're going to help you. And as the ultimate leader, you're going to coach people. You're going to coach people through their pain because you know what it took for you to get through your pain. Now, if we're honest, the truth is this: none of us ever made it alone. And I know it's easy to focus on the hurts of our lives, but I guarantee you we have all had good leaders. We have all had positive, influential people, whether they had a title or they did not have a title. In some way, you have had people pour into your life, speak into your life, help you, whether they were your boss, they weren't your boss. At some point, they were influential. They had some sort of leverage that helped you. Nobody, listen, I just don't believe that anybody's a self-made individual. That's just a myth that is simply not true. Whether it is parents, whether it is teachers, whether it is work bosses, coaches, whatever, somebody along the way has influenced us. Someone has helped us. Many people have said rotten things, but many people have hurt us. Many people maybe have even backstabbed us, if you will, and we didn't deserve it. We've gone through some crucial things in our lives, but let me say this: it has made you who you are today. Can I leave you with this last thought? Lead because people have done some bad things to you. In its simplest form, just lead out of the fact that, wow, that really hurt. And therefore, I don't want to do that to other people. Sorry, that really hurt. Therefore, I don't want to do that to other people. I don't want other people to experience that because I went through it. Rather than saying, oh, when I get to that place of leadership, I'm going to make some people pay. You know what? There's very little satisfaction in there. The incredible fulfillment really comes from helping others, being there for others, coaching them through, and then watching them flourish. So listen, don't deny your pain. Don't try and, I'm just going to forget about it. I'm going to close that. No. It's incredibly powerful that you use it and allow it to develop you into your full leadership potential. It's actually working for you if you will allow it. In my faith background, there is a saying that all things work together for good. All things work together for good. Yes, even anguish, emotional pain, and hurt as a leader can work to your advantage and to your benefit if you will allow it. I thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe. I'm Dr. Tony Soldano.